Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the sham.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
It's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
Yeah. What's happening, people? What is happening, people? It is that time. It is time for the demo. Let's get it twisted. What's up, Jay Speaky in the building? Okay, we can start now because Parker is here. Can't start until Parker's here. Just saying. Anyway, gang, we're going to get into the old live demi thing. Let me move these notifications out the way and put it in do not bother me mode. I'm talking to these kin folks over here. All right, here we go. Let's go into live demo mode real quick. There we go. Live demo mode. We're in the building. All right. And let me check on the stream team over here. Make sure everything is puffing. Dun, 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 YouTube studio. Anyway, gang, this is Ecamm. This is what it looked like. And we're going to go over basically, the ins and outs of the old programming and how to use everything. And if you have any questions, follow Paul's instructions and then dive in. It's super simple. It's so simple, so easy. All right, this is our basic setup here. You see I got my scenes window, my overlay window, my sound levels window. Down here in the bottom, I got sound effects. Got my comments and reactions popping over here. My interview setup, which is, I don't know, somehow oddly showing green screen. What the heck? Then I press those buttons. Turn that off. All right, bam. And then what else we got here? This is my camera effect setup, right? So this is basically how we roll. All right, now, hold on over here. Logging into things that are asking me to log in. And hopefully that works. All right, coolio. So let me show you. First, pop over here. On the bottom of the scenes window, you have the ability to duplicate a scene, throw them in a folder, put them in a time folder, right? And we can export these scenes or delete them. I'm going to press the plus to create a brand new scene. Now, you're going to start out like that, but it'll look like this, right? But the key factor to starting out like that is having your preferences and having your video tab set up that your default source mode is blank. Probably the most important thing you'll learn today is always start with blank. Like, that's just the answer. Now, I didn't want it to be blank, so I got a little background over here. You know what I mean? It starts out like this. I'll put it in the background. All right? So let's go ahead and pop a camera real quick. Wait, is there a Gigi up in this piece? What's up, Gigi? Good to see you here. All right, let me just throw this up here in the corner like such. New Bedford Cable Network in the house. What's up, Centra? Good to see you here. I am seeing the Templars all up in there. He's looking very Templaric or Templar. Let's do that. All right, now let's say you are on a mission to find yourself a new, like, I don't know, background, right? There's a couple things you can do. You can go over to Unsplash. They got backgrounds. You can go to Canva. If you have Canva, you can pull a background from there. You can go to Gradient Hunter. I forgot to spell. G-R-A-I-D-E-N-T. Hunter. Go to Gradient Hunter. Pull the background. So it's Gradient Hunt. Sorry, there's no ER. It's just Gradient Hunt. So let me do something real quick. I'll show you what I mean. All right, so in this Ecamm situation, at the top, you'll see there's a camera, there's a screen share, and there's a video file. I'm going to switch from camera to screen share, and then I'm going to say I want to switch to current application and select Gradient Hunter. That way I don't have all of this like unnecessary background stuff. Now, my situation is a little weird because I have two monitors that are very odd shaped, so your background won't look as crazy as mine. So you can come in here and find a gradient that like pops your socks that you might like better than what's already on there. So for instance, let's pick like this orange one here. I'm feeling kind of orange at the moment. And you can go in there, you can play around with it, you can copy the code, you can do whatever. So I'm just gonna hit download the ping. Ping! All right, we're gonna go back over to our master scene. Click here. Bam. And then you'll see, all you gotta do is go from the downloads folder, pick this gradient up, and turn it loose. But I'm gonna turn it loose in the show and background area. And there it is, whole brand new setup, whole brand new look, whole brand new feel, just by grabbing a different gradient, right? Now, one thing that I will tell you that you probably going to want to do is make sure that you have a folder on your computer like this in here where I have one called Ecamm Assets. So I'll take this gradient and drop it right here. I don't want it to be lost. This way I know that I can find it. You know what I'm saying? So it's much better if you put yourself in a situation to where you can recover the assets when you need them. I hate when I find myself looking for assets. I can't find what I did with it. Don't know what I did with it. I am feeling a little verklempt because I saved an asset and then now I can't find it and it makes my whole head go psycho. So it's better if you put your stuff in the Ecamm Assets folder and make it so that you can easily find it. Now, we're going to have to give a warning of the national warning system. So let me do that. I'm support my moderator today. Let me give you the national warning system. First, I'm going to put on a camera. I'm going to plop this camera right here in the middle, and then I'm going to embiggen it. So I like to embiggen it to about 80% of the real estate. And then find the middle, go up and down until I find the middle. You'll see the blue line, lets you know that you're centered. I am centered, right? And then I'm going to click on this little border width thing here and give myself a little bit of a border. And I'm going to click on this crayon thing here, which I don't know why my crayons always want to jump to the other side of the screen, but I'll pick a border for actually, I'm going to use this eyedropper and select that as a border. All right, gangster. Now we're in there. Now we're in there like swimwear. This is going to be my background for the rest of the day. All right, I just felt like switching things up. Okay, so this warning. Do not put your assets in the cloud syncing folder, especially one that tends to put things away to save space on your computer. So if you happen to use iCloud drive and don't put your assets in there. Yeah, it's cool. You can get them on your other computer, but what happens is it'll put them away when you don't know about it, and then you'll go to call that asset and you ain't gonna be able to find it. So don't do that. Don't do that at all. It's a horrible experience. Okay, so this is all cool and dandy. Now let's say I want to go ahead and add ourselves a lower thread. All right, so I'm gonna hit the text box again, jump into the wrong window. Let's see. That is me. That is I. Okay, let's do something here. I'm gonna do something to you. First thing we're gonna do, select these here fonts and select Mouse Rat, right? Now, maybe I'll pop Open Sans just today. I don't like none of these. I don't like none of these. No, you won't have that issue with Google Drive because Google Drive does not put things away. iCloud does. Box, couple other of the things like that will put things away. But if your program doesn't put things away for you automatically, you shan't not have to worry about it. I will warn you though, be careful. You just make sure it don't put things away. If it put things away, it can wreck your neck. All right. We're going to call that gangster. Then I'm going to click on the background here. I'm going to set my margin to about 10. Select my corner radius to like 28. Border to 8. And change the border. Because I want the border to match the other border that what I already have. Pick up the dropper. Come over here. Bam. Matching border. Da-da-da. Now, I know this is obnoxious size. Don't worry. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I like to get a general idea on the proportions. And proportions, once you have a proportion figured out, you can shrink it or biggen it. The proportion will stay the same. You know what I mean? So now I can shrink it because it's proportionate. And then the only thing wrong there is my corner radius is a little psycho. There we go. That means also the border got a little psycho too. Back that down to like that. Bam, still fat. I might go back and add some margin then. Let's put it back there. So you're gonna tweak with it until you find a setting that fixes your verklempt, right? I'm liking it about right there. I just need the border to be a little more skinnier. It requires, there you go. That's about right. And then boom, I like to put it in there. Tough acting to acting. You can rest it on the bottom. You can, I like to halvesy it up just a little smidge. All right, there is our setup for today. Now, what we're going to do is pop in and create a 2-people show, all right? So let me take this one right here and say main. Call it a thing. I'm going to hit on the plus button here to make a new scene. I am going to pop on this camera, right? Switch on the side here, go down to shape, and change it to a squircle. Boom. That is a big old squircle. Now, I'm going to unembiggen this about yo much, right? Find me the edge. Then I'm going to, oi, don't do that. Check this out. I'm going to hold down the Option key, select that. I'm going to select a different camera so y'all can see what I'm doing, right? If I hold down the Option key, when I pull this, it basically creates a copy. You know what I'm saying? Hold the Option key, pull that, it creates a copy. The other option over here is I can hit Command C, Command V, and generate a copy. Okay? So that's what I did. I created another copy. Don't copy that floppy. I want this one to land in the Midlands. I'll take this one and land it in the Midlands. And then now I can go back here, click on that, Command C, copy. Come over to the new guy, Command C, paste. Look at that. Perfection. And because I did my proportions correct, my proportions is still correct. Kind of cool how that works. Kind of cool. Then I can go like this, double click on this guy. Boom. See? There you go. So that's all I need to do. Super simple business, right? Set it up like that. Now we're good to go. There you go. All right. Now, let's say we want to go and make one more scene because, you know, people got things they need to talk about. People got things they want to share. So let's fix it so that they can talk about things and share about things. Remember to name your scene. All right. So I'm going to pop this brand new guy. And then I'm going to take these. Now watch, I'm going to do something special here. In this particular area, I'm going to click on the add a folder guy. Wait. I hate when it does that. I'm going to add one more folder. Right, put this on there. So I'm gonna stick Aubrey in there, and then find the camera. I forget which camera is which. All right, that's the one I want. So I'm gonna drop that in there. I'm gonna drop this in there, and then so now, oh, I didn't actually stick it in there yet. So now these guys are linked together if I press these locks. Okay, so I'll show you what that does. When I pop out, now if I pick this up and move it, it comes together as a piece. If I turn off these locks, then they can move independently. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave it locked. I'm going to click on this bad boy chair, twirl that loose, click on this bad boy chair with the shift key. So I got both. Press copy, go to my new scene. Press paste. Okay, now, unfortunately, it doesn't do, when they're linked though, it doesn't keep it like that, but that's okay. So I'm just going to resize both of these. For this particular scene, we don't need names. Just going to, oi! I stuck them in the same folder. Don't do that. There we go. Now I can line them up like such. I want to line them up against the edge and then pull them into about right there. All right, now we're good. Now we're good. So the next thing I want to do is, if you look down here in the bottom, I'm actually just hold the text in bigger. I'm going to put on a new screen share overlay. So this means that we will be able to talk about stuff and share things. And, you know, Aubrey and I could talk about her morning minute-ish show. So this is good. Let's keep our proportionates proportionate. That means this got to come down just a smidge. Oh, yeah, look at that eyeball game. The eyeball game is glorious. Now, you don't see nothing in there. So what I'm going to do is press on this and go to Juggly Chrome, and then I'll go to that, and then you'll see what we're talking about. I want to get in here and turn off that. But me personally, while I'm working, I need to see these bars. I got bars, right? So while I need to see these bars, what I can do is I can hold down the Option key again, Option key finger, drag that in. Now, Dang it. I just did a new update, and the update set back an old setting, which I hate. Hold on, let me fix this. No, not the settings in Chrome. Where is it at? No. Don't do that. Just one of those things. Okay, now we should be good. So I'm going to go back to my option key, and I'm going to drag this in. And then I'm going to drag this in. And then pull it up like that. And then take out the menu bar. So that way, people always worry about, I don't want to have all my tabs on the screen. Just crop them out. Crop them out. Then you don't got to deal with it. So go ahead and get your proportions together. Always be cognizant of spacing. And then pull it back down to the middle. Ooh, watch the jump. There you go. Now we're good. Now we're all laid out. We can talk about what we need to talk about. And everything is good to go. Okay? So that would be another cool way to do your layouts. Now, what's really cool is, let's say in this particular case, I got Obs coming in over here, but I want to have another guest on, right? All I got to do with this particular scene is, actually, let's keep it gangstered, even different from this. I'm going to take this one, and this would be, I don't even want to call it screen share. I want this to be browser. I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to duplicate this. And then let's say that Aubrey was a specialist in talking about Uno, right? I could take this particular tab, switch it to a whole different Chrome tab, right? And then take myself out, and then, actually, let me put myself back on for a second. You'll see why in a minute. I'm going to switch this one. I always press the wrong thing. I'm going to switch this one to tall. I'm going to put it up here so that they match. And then embiggen it to about right chair. And then pull it down to about right chair. And then take myself out. I'll see myself out. So in this particular case, I'm going to let Obs, who's the expert of talking about, overlays.uno, I can have a scene where she's there. This is all set up. And so if I go from us talking together, and then I'll say, okay, Obs, go ahead and let me have you talk about your thing or whatever. When I drop to the next one, I have the scene with my guest expert, and they're going on and, talking about whatever they talk about. And then it's all there. It's all there. So that's another cool way to do your layouts. And you notice what I always do is I copy the scene, or I copy and paste the scene, so you can keep your proportions together. You can keep your measurements together, and then things don't get like just all kapakahe, as we say in Hawaii, which is like loosely translated to effed up. That's the loose translation. All right. So that way you can keep everything in the old tracks. All right. Let's move. Let me check on you guys if there were any questions up in there. Look at this. This guy is in the building. What's up, Tom? I said, you guys want to hear a joke? I told Tom Buck that he need to meet Tom Morris, and they can make a band called the Tom Tom Club. It's a genius. Oh, yes, it's very cool. What's up, Jay? How you doing? All right, Glenda's talking to Gretchen. Gretchen is driving her Mini Cooper. There you go, Jeez. Clarificating. All right, very important to be clear. let's see. Now, let's go into some more stuff here in the overlay section. Let me make another thing, but I'm going to base it off of this particular scene. So I'm going to duplicate this scene and then call it promo. You'll see why I call it promo in a second. So I'm going to drop this down here. What was this one? Here we go. I'm going to call this one expert because, you know, Aubrey is an expert. So I'm going to call this scene promo. Now, I got this locked, so I can pull this down. I'm just trying to find my middle line, and I'm going to move this over to about right here. I'm going to take this particular one and then off it. Now, one warning. When you want cleaner scenes, you want less frustration, less craziness. When you take something out of a scene, I always used to just turn stuff off and then be cool with it. Come in after and clean it up. Like, just get rid of all the things to which you don't need. This will make your life easier. So your overlays consist of what actually needs to be in the overlay. When I come over here to this Aubrey one, for instance, so I can turn up the Aubrey one, take the Doc one, delete it, right? So the only thing that needs to be in here is what is really in the scene, right? If you leave all kind of unnecessary things in there, it will get confusing to you. Should you have live happen, which it does, and you have some sort of panic, which it will, then you want to make sure that doesn't work. Also, take the comment, even though the comment's not on the screen, put the comment one on the top, so that way when Laura pops in, you can actually let Laura's comment shine. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have it on the bottom because then now it's hidden behind that dork doc dude, right? So put it there. So just a clean house reminder, come in and 86 all of the things that you don't need. Even if you accidentally erase the comment one, the minute you put it back, it's back. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That will make your whole area a little bit cleaner. Now, we're going to bring in the graphic. You can press this button here. Actually, let me go through what these buttons are. Let me embiggen this. Whee! So this first one right here is a new image overlay. This is a new animated overlay. This is a new screen share overlay. This is a new text overlay. This is a new countdown overlay, a new widget overlay, a new camera overlay, and folders. You just see me do the folders. You know what I'm saying? Folders keep it clean, though. All right. So I'm going to go over here and find a graphic. Okay? So I want to drag this in. Now, I'll show you why I want to drag it in. If I click this button here, I got to wait for this thing to load. And then once this thing load, I got to go find my image I want to show, and then I got to put it on. All right? This just takes too much time. We're Mac people. We drag and drop. Just pick it up, turn it loose. All right? So we're going to find the center to this. And yes, I am shamelessly promoting. Deal with it. Right? I'm going to come over here, select this transition. I'm going to say fly in from the right. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this box right here, go to transition from the top. This box right here. Wait, not pencil. I'm going to fly in from the bottom. Save. All right. So now, if I'm here, and I'm like, yeah, Aubrey, that's cool, but let me talk about my speaking session coming up on Wednesday. See that right there? That is cool, right? You see what I did? You can go ahead and, bless it up just a little taste, right? So, by the way, this is real deal Holyfield. I'm not just pulling your leg. So, there is the link there on the bottom. Click it. I'm going to tell you why you want to click this link. Because guess how much it costs? Anybody in the chat want to guess how much this expensive session on Final Cut is fixing to cost you? I don't know how to spell. Let me see if I can find the... No, I can't do it. I can't find it. Anyway. Make sure you go click this link. Paul just put it for you in the chat. You just want to come. Just trust me. There you go. Aubrey's in it. See, I told you she was an expert. Aubrey is an expert. Told you. I told you 100%, right? There you go. Free $100. That's funny, Luis. It costs $300. It is, yes, it's free. So you're going to want to come to that because all of y'all be talking about, like, how do I get these overlays? I want to make overlays like Doc or whatever. Then, yes, if you come to the session, you can learn some things. And I think Mark Spencer is speaking. And if Mark is on the chain, you definitely want to come and see him talk to y'all about motion because some of y'all got it and you ain't never used it. But motion is a game changer. So while we're in there, let's talk about this. The next one is animated overlay. So let me come in and hit you with an animated overlay. Boom, animated overlay. I just got it. It's just a little gify gif. But let's also pull in my overlay here. If I were to pick up this guy, it says right there, bum, 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 movie, M-O-V. If I pick it up and turn it loose, it asks me, do I want to add it as an animated overlay or full screen with audio? So we're going to say animated overlay. And there it is. It pops up on the screen. It looks all cool and whatnot, and it does what it does. However, normal circumstances, what we want this to do is, I'll be saying, what we want this to do is we want this to have a Pavlovian reaction, right? So you want to add a little some kind of sound effect or whatever to give it an extra thing. Let me show you what you need to do. If we just have it as an animated overlay, that doesn't do anything. So I'm going to turn this one loose. Now, I'm going to bring in a version that I made, but the difference between this one saying MOV is it says WebM. Drop it in that same position. And then now, when I turn it on, it make noise. It make noise. You see that? You get the little sing, sing, sing. And then now you get noise. And that's because I created it in the WebM format. And the WebM format is an animated overlay that allows you to have sound. If I drop this in here.
Hey everyone, it's Shelly from Shelly Saves the Day. I want to send some special love out to my Ecamm fam. You guys know how much I love.
So that's just a WebM. If you drop it in as a WebM, you can get it as an animated overlay with sound. That is the key sauce to this particular situation. I got a whole entire class on how to do WebMs, and that's it. I'm not going to talk about it too much more. Let's go back here. All right, so Jim said, how many computers can you have the old Cam of E on? All right, Jim, I'm going to give you one guess. As a matter of fact, it's a trivia question for today. Anyone want to guess how many computers does Doc have? Dun, dun, dun. We need quiz music. Why is this showing up transparent? I mean, now I want transparency in there. We want this. There you go. There, that's better. Thanks, Jim. Anyone want to guess how many computer do I have? Absolutely. We'll get to that when we get to that. But if you have an audio that is... If you have an audio that is a shaker, like pay attention, you want it to be loud, like this. Right? And it will step on what you say, but that's important because you're literally trying to trigger people to get their head back together. Okay, now we're getting answers. Hold on, let me think. Mm-hmm. Okay, I had to think. It's 6. They all have Ecamm on it. So yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I could even run them I could run 2 at the same time. Just to make sure that you turn interview off on all the other ones except the one you need to do interviews on, because that will mess you up. That can get crazy. And if you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. Yes, don't do that. That is so silly. I've done it before. It made a major mess out of things. And it's dumb. So don't do that. Let me see. Did that work? Oi! Let me try this again. There we go. So, I will show you something, Mr. Jim. If I come down here to, where's Aubrey? We go to this expert scene, and we're going to duplicate that. And then we're going to change this back to moi. And then we're going to take this here screen share. And then there you go. There's my mini right there. So I click it in here. Oh, there it is. There's Ecamm running on a whole separate computer from across the way. You know what I'm saying? So you can do some things. You can just do some things. If you know what you're doing, hey, there's an update. Here, let's run that update while we live. Yes, so you can absolutely run Ecamm on another machine while you do the damn thing. I do have come to the conclusion that this desktop is messy, though. I don't like icons on my desktop. I'm a weirdo like that. Let's put this over here, throw this over here, and then boom. And then why do we have so many upcomings? Turn that off. All right, there you go. So yeah, so you can run simultaneously. Look, you can even update one while you're talking on the other. So it's a cool way to do it. Yeah, well, if you couldn't do that, that would be like super dumb. I'll show you. I covered this before, but we'll do it again real quick. Hold on. Let me find something. Here you go. Look inside here. I know I just pulled something down recently. All right, here we go. This is an audio file. If I drag this into here, that is obnoxiously loud. Click on the gear. It's not obnoxiously loud anymore. It's so simple. You can make it like super quiet. This way I don't affect the effects here. So when I go back to here, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So you can control the volume for every individual sound in your whole entire showgram. You know what I mean? And again, like how loud it is to you, it requires you to do what no one does. And that is to go into your stream and stream it like unlisted first. In other words, do a practice setup and then listen to it, adjust the levels accordingly, because I think a lot of times we adjust it based off what we think, and then somebody in the audience would be like, I can't hear it. And I'm like, all right, like, I don't know. I'm a DJ, so I've always been loud music, loud talk at the same time. So my level presence is completely different from what your guys' is. You know what I mean? I like it that way. So, yeah. The gear is the answer for every program. Right? There you go. So, there's that. Turn this lady off. It's very cool. Very cool. All right, so that covers animations, and we did screen share a little bit. We did 2 types of screen share. We did one where I'm pulling in a whole different computer through remote, right? And I'm not even using NDI. I have it actually just connected as a Mac OS screen share, right? Then I have another one where we're doing the screen share where it's just the same one on your same computer. Konnichiwa. All right, Gabe. Gabe's been out here playing. Right? I don't know why he waited that long, but I'm glad he finally made it. Looks like you made it. All right, let's do another one. Let's do one more. This is funny. Actually, I'm going to use this particular one, and then I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to call this one PDIF. All right, so I'm going to delete that, and then let's go grab us a PDIF from somewhere. We have a PDIF. 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 I have so many PDIFs, but y'all ain't supposed to see them. Here, I got one for you. I got one for you because Gigi is here, and so that's here. This would be really funny since Gigi is here. Let me do one of these. Let me go do this real quick. Do something cray-cray. Here we go. There it is. It's downloading this PDIF real quick. What is it? I'm curious. What is it? Oh, I can guess. I can guess, Janet. Oh, that's funny. I should stop with my docisms before I get in trouble, especially when I said it over and over again, like, incomplete. What is the word I'm looking for? Concession. Here we go. So I'm going to take this PDF and drag it on the screen. All right. So now I'm going to be Gigi. Actually, she don't do taxes, I don't think, but we're going to talk about filling out them tax forms. So I just dropped it in, and then now I figured it out. All you got to do is use the arrow key, and I can just go through here. Okay, listen, if you are filling out Schedule 1, Part 1, or Schedule 1, Part 2, or Schedule 2, Part 1, or Schedule 2, Part 2, or Schedule 3, blah, blah, right? So you can just go in. You can just go in here and use the arrow keys, right? And so this is really cool about, when you're working with the PDFs, right? And it's scalable. So you can get down and be like, look, do not leave the question unanswered. You must answer it yes or no, right? And then you can unembiggen it back to your normal size, right? So if you're good, you can have your embiggen come up and then embiggen it back down. There you go. So there's a cool way to let you know that you can do PDFs. A lot of people ask about like doing presentations and like how, let me stop that. Doing presentations and how you should set it up, and I just say save them as PDFs. Like trying to go through the fight of doing it in Keynote with all of the saucy like Keynote stuff and having the animations in the Keynote, you're live already. You don't need those other animations. Your animation is you. The reason why you do it, I don't do it at all. I think it's stupid, but don't listen to me. The reason why you would do it in like a conference or whatever is you haven't studied your stuff, so you think the animations will distract people, make you look smarter, or you're doing it to, like I said, get that attention, like wake people back up, things like hitting a sound effect or, it's a attention snatcher. but you're already live. You have other things that you can do to trigger attention. So keep those animations at a minimum and do the stuff here on the screen, right? Then that way you can get the same effect, but you're not putting undue stress on your computer, especially if you're not like Jim and haven't upgraded to a new M1 computer. If you stepped up to the M1 computer, knock yourself out, right? All right. Here's another common question. People say, how do I play a YouTube video in the middle of my stream, right? Easy. Let me switch this back to this one. And then come back over to the browser. And then go to here, go to YouTube. Like screen share, right? Roberto won't get mad. You got to be careful because you can get in a lot of trouble doing this. Roberto, if you get mad, I'll be mad at you for getting mad at me. So you just play it. Like, what is the problem? What do people be talking about? Like, how do you play a YouTube video? Now, that being said, again, I want to warn you, I'm not a fan of playing YouTube video in the middle of your stream because it can wreak havoc on your stream, right? The best way to play a YouTube video in your stream, and again, nobody tell Roberto what I'm doing. I'm going to do this real quick. I can't give you the secret sauce on the internet. I have to just let it be a little secret, but it's very Googleable. And the reason why I can't say it is when you say it, YouTube will squash that video because they don't want people to know about what I'm doing. But I'm doing it anyway real quick. And then once this is finished, I'll show you. To me, it is much better that you pull down the video ahead of time and play it then. Because when you're trying to play the video while you're live, you're putting undue stress on your computer. Doing what I'm doing right now and downloading it while you're live is also a little bit silly, but we're going to let that slide for this demonstration purposes. All right. Gabe, he's always coming through. What's up, Al? Good to see you. Man, the Avatar game is looking fresh. Dr. Elo think he Tom Cruise up in this piece. All right, so we're going to go check out some more stuff. What we got here? Let's come over here. What was it? We're going to hit that. We got this. We got this. Let's do this one from Chia. Let's copy this one. Again, I love duplicating these scenes. All right, so we're going to pop this out. Sla-la-la. And then we're going to hit on the screen share. We're going to embiggen accordingly. You got to make your own sound effects, right? And then let's get in here. So, Ecamm Demo. This one. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Tag team back again. All right, so this, as you can see, don't change that. This, as you can see, is my sound levels. This is where I'm controlling my Rodecaster Pro. I have my levels set accordingly to the Rodecaster Pro. I can add a secondary microphone if I wish. La 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 la. I can have this as my secondary microphone, in which case it sounds funnier, but it's the mic that's built into the overhead camera. But it's a good backup should something happen to your other one. And let me turn that. Whoop, there it is. Now we got the ability to adjust for movies, sound effects, and interviews. The one thing I want to be mindful of is if you mess with the sound effects one, it controls the sound effects panel as well. So it's better in your sound effects panel to adjust the individual tracks as opposed to adjust this main control over Chia. All right, let's switch up. Oh, you notice there's an echo cancellation button in the bottom. I'm going to highly suggest never press that button. Okay? Just wear headphones. Super simple. Super simple. Like, my guests don't want to have headphones. Tell your guests to F off and get somebody else on the show. Because it's not worth the drama. Everybody that comes in asking questions about the unnecessary noise or the quote unquote echo, it's not echo, it's sound doubling half the time. It's because their guests have their speakers on loud because they're trying to hear themselves at the same time they're trying to be interviewed, and it just doesn't work. There's physics involved. So just turn the speakers off, put your headphones in, and never check that box. Okay, soapbox, pow. Let's go one of these, and here's my sound effects window, and as you saw earlier, I had this playing, and it's really subtle, and that's because when I click on here, you won't be able to see it right there. It's the way screen share works, right? Right? You can just get in there and control your volumes like such. You can put that sucker on loop so it'll just keep looping. Have that chasing someone in the forest with a knife music all the way through your stream. You can rearrange these things in some sort of order. Like, I want my theme song not inside this group right here, so I can close this group up. This group was only for Christmas. I am done with Christmas music, so I could take that and delete it, take the glockenspiel out, and then I'm gonna just click on this and be like such, right? And then I could take that and put it on the top, right? So you can rearrange these things however you want it. You see there's a little R next to this one. In theory, when I press the R, it plays, but I think the file is missing.
DJ Brock.
You see how I did there? So on that particular one, I have it linked to the R on my keyboard.
DJ Brock.
Right. What else we got up in here? That's kind of the basics. You can do the plus and whatever, but we're Mac people, fam. We just drag and drop things. I'm gonna set y'all up with a little bitty secret. About this towards the end of the stream, so you gotta hang out. You gotta hang tight, player. All right, let me see. This video is almost finished downloading. Let me do one of these. All right, let me do one of these. Yes, people. I say crazy stuff. And then do one of these. All right, video's finished. I gotta get new links. I'm making a new link. New link. Pasty. Okay. Got it. It's clipboarded. Let me go grab this video that I pulled down, and I can do one of these. No, undo that. I wanted to duplicate this. So, this is why this is so much better. Remember, I was showing you guys the video of Roberto. I pulled the video down, right? Look, because YouTube is blessing their servers with all of the new, the video actually comes down as a WebM. If you're showing a video that has kind of been recently created, it will be compressed on the Google's Google, same thing. It'll be on their servers as a WebM. So what does that mean, folks? That means we get it in a file format that's not only small, but it can play audio as an overlay.
YouTube monetization and terms of service are changing, and you will have to agree.
You see that? You see that? So, like, why would you play it like in a little window and risk your stream and, you know, have issues when you can get it in a format that's already been beautifully blessed for your stream? Okay? Now I got to send a text to Roberto to be like, we was talking about you in the stream. And he gonna be like, you did what? I'll be like, sorry, fam, sorry. Like, hey, yo, fam. Here, let's get a good image. Man, that's a nice look, Gretchen. You know he shoots cannon, but look at that look. That look is glorious. Man, let me hit my man's up and be like, let me send him a screenshot of this. All right. So, just in case you haven't done so already, you can check out Roberto on his channel now. But yeah, I think in my head, it is better to go ahead and get let me do this. It is better to go ahead and get the video file itself and put it where, you know, put it where it should be instead of doing the playing it in the mix, right? To me, if you play it in the mix, you're just asking for trouble. Okay, there. Let me redo the screenshot there. There you go. Oh, why I got him stuck on the stuck face, though? He gonna be mad. He gonna be like, why'd you stick me on the stuck face? Unfortunately, this slider is slow. There you go. That's a better face. All right. There you go. Let me get rid of all these screenshots I'm over here taking and this extra, like, PDF, which we don't need any longer. All right, there you go. I told you I don't like icons on my desktop. I'm a weirdo. I am a weirdo. All right, cool. So we did all of that. Let's get back over here to this. And that covers this section. Let's do one more switchy switch. And we want to go. All right, listen. Watch this trick, people. Hold down the Option key and tuck that baby in. If you can't fix it, tuck it. Not that kind of tuck, Paul. All right, so now let's embiggen this so you guys can function. I'm hella trying to function. But see, like, you can get your show looking good and consistent with a little bit of thought. A little bit of thought, a little bit of easiness, a little bit of paying attention to what you're doing. Okay, so here's the interview area, right? You can select which camera you want to be as your master camera. You can toggle the interview on and off. It's going to shrink the window for a second, but, you know, toggle it back on. Come down here in the bottom. You get this little overlay. You can set your stuff up, choose your links, turn off this last blue box is important down here in the corner. This last blue box is to get your audio so that it doesn't make any weird sounds, but you can't change this live. This has to be set in stone. But anyway, I think it's very cool. You can come here and add some images so that people can, you know, get a preview. And then, yeah, you're good to go. So I'll save that there. This is where you can chat with Ken folks when you're live. It opens up a little guest chat window. It looks something like this here, and you can talk to people while you're live, you know. So that part is cool. And yeah, I just think it's a game changer, as they say in the streets. Let me put this back to where we had it, and then switch it to the last one. La 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 la. Ooh, there we go. Comments and reactions. I'm gonna temporarily move this window so that it fits, and then you can see. Come on, ticket, $300. All right, so cool. Watch this. I can start that comment. Where'd John go? Where's John? Hey, oh, Johan. Sorry, Johan. I'm gonna start Johan's comment, and then I'm gonna show you why this is cool. All right, so I'm starting these comments because you go in, say this is your stream, and your comments look like this, and you can't keep up, right? Like you're losing your mind. You just hit the stars on the ones you want. You come back later, and then you can bring up Al. Be like, thank you, Al. Appreciate it, fam. Boom, let it go. Then you can bring up Johan and be able to play with Ecamm this week. As my new boy been making recorded videos so far, really enjoying the features. Yes, appreciate that. Welcome to the Ecamm fam. I hope you have good health insurance because we will have you seeing the shrink soon. Our community is very special. And then you got a comment from Glenda. Whenever you're finished working your comments, you can just go ahead and take the stars off, and then they're all good to go. Now, the other thing this is cool is if I come over here and I press question, nobody had questions today or nobody followed the rules. Nope, can't do that. Let me do it. Oh, can't what? Nobody's talking about anything. Let me go find one. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I know why. Because I'm in favorites. Oh my God, you're so crazy, Doc. There we go. There's the questions. Make sure you don't have it filtered on favorites while you're trying to search. Okay, so this allows me to find questions really quickly. So this is the reason why we're always so like, hit the Q colon, hit the Q colon. We're not trying to be goofballs here. We are trying to make it easy on the host. It's good net citizenship. Family, crushed it. We just bodied an entire Ecamm demo. Now, I said to you, I would explain you why I had that, where that song came from. Man, I love it when my brain finally catches up to my, you guys all know, I do most of my stuff. I'm always talking about this right here. I don't type as fast as Paul. This is my normal go-to for my music and stuff like that. But I'm looking for a fresh approach. I was looking for some fresh new sounds. I wanted something a little bit different. And the reason why, we talked about this the other day. I don't remember who brought it up, but it's real. It's really, really real. We were talking about, I forgot, I was talking to some creators, and we were talking about when you happen to be watching a channel, nondescript channel that doesn't really have anything to do with us, and you hear one of our theme songs on that person's channel, you almost get offended. You're like, wait a minute, that song belongs to, so-and-so stream. I'm not supposed to hear this right now because I'm just not used to hearing it. You know what I mean? So for instance, I was in Japan. I'm watching this thing on YouTube in Japan. We had YouTube in our hotel TV, and completely non-related to anything we do, non-related to anything. And I heard like City of Mine in the background, and I was gutted. I was like, hey, that's my song. What are you doing? So this is going to happen, people, because, the good stuff is the good stuff. It is what it is. So I kind of wanted to switch things up a little bit. So I went and I got another music situation I added to my showgram. And in this particular case, it was Artlist. So I went to Artlist. And if you go in there and you look at it, they got just like a whole different vibe, different type of music, good music. They got really cool stuff. I like their sorting. I can't say that. I won't say one is better than the other. They different. They're different. Okay. One of the things I like about Artlist is the way you can go in based on the video theme, and because they're working from the creator, type situation, I can go in here and say I want to do like a vlog type joint or commercial, right? And then here I can look through the tracks and just find something to play in here, right? Sorry, Elo, Camera Junkie in India. I know you all started dancing. Puerto Ricans, we just hear the beat. And if it's Latino, the feet start doing something. It's just built in. Anyway, I like that you can come in and pick it based on instruments. I like that they have like different spotlights. Like you can go for that thing you're trying to find. So I just wanted to change it up a little bit. So I started, looking at this, and I picked the plan that comes with the music and the sound effects, but it also has some different type stock footage in here. There's all myriad different plans, and yeah, it was cool. I think there's no need to having them all. So the one I will give up, I won't give up Epidemic, but I am going to give up, what's it called? Envato. I'm going to give up Envato because I mean, like, the music source is irritating. The music source is just irritating as all get. So here's my list. I got Envato Elements, I got Story Blocks, I got Epidemic Sounds, and now I got Artlist. Artlist added footage too. Envato Elements has footage. Envato Elements has templates, for your overlays or your motion graphics. Artlist has it too. But the Envato one, when you get to the audio side, and every time you're trying to find a track for your audio jungle, audio, I was like, shut up. I'm just over it. I'm really irritated with it. I quit. I absolutely quit. I can't stand it. Every time I'm searching for something in there, I just want to lose my mind. I can't stand the audio jungle thing. It's super irritating. It makes it really hard to even focus while you're trying to build your show. So yeah, we just tossed that out the window. And so, yeah, I just recently jumped on the Artlist train. I like it. It's cool. If you listen to Tom Buck videos, like, he always has a slightly different music sound in his videos. Artlist. I got the Artlist idea from Tom's videos, and so many people use Epidemic Sound, and I love it, but you always hear your tracks in somebody else's track. And then when I hear something that you guys use, like if I hear Anna and Fulgen's song in somebody's video, I'm like, this ain't Ian and Fool. What are you doing? Like, I get frustrated. I think Anna was the one who said it. Yeah, she said it, and I agree. Like, it doesn't match. Like, my brain is going. So I know if Sammy saw that video and heard the City of Mind soundtrack in this random Korean beauty blogger video, Sammy would have melted. He would have melted. So there you go. Here's a suggestion. Most of them are old enough that they're probably public domain. If you hit up the artists or the license holders, they might even just let you use it, because it's like, ain't nobody been around. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let me see if I search. I'm sure it's in there. It's helpful if you have a vibe, right? Search under the tag retro. That's where you'll get. Search under the tag retro, search under the tag funk, and then you'll get that like 70s vibe here. Lower this volume a little bit. Thinking about my best friend. So yeah, you can find it. Just search under the tag retro, search under the tag lounge. Lounge music might pull that out. Search under like pop and funk. Like those will probably get you in that 70s vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah, licked is also good. Feeling out. Dang it, bracelet just pinched. Anyway, gang, that's it. Rich showed up, so it's time to go. Hey, how's your travels, Rich? I hope everything is good. I hope it's safe. Hey, what up, girl? How you doing? Good to see you here. I'm talking about Artlist. And Kanisha, the reason why I was talking about Artlist is I've been using Epidemic Sound. I love Epidemic Sound. It's dope. It's off the chain. It's really amazeballs. But I'm starting to come to the realization that because everybody uses it, like I'm starting to hear it in Sorry, Kanisha. Rich made me laugh because, yeah, that song just reminded me of Courtship of Eddie's father. I'm thinking about my best friend, yeah. Sorry. Let me get back to answering the missing lady girl. Rich, you over here messing with me. You know I get, like, super sidetracked real quick. Anyway, so, yeah, I started looking for something that just had a little bit of different sound, and I'm gonna keep Epidemic. I think Epidemic is dope. I think it's good if you can swing it. Like some people, hey, 15 a month for Epidemic is hard enough. So having multiple libraries ain't gonna cut it. I don't think there's anything wrong with like having Epidemic for a couple of months and then switching it to Artlist for a couple of months and then going back to Epidemic just to change it up in your head. Just so that how do I say this? When you hear something new, like it gets you inspired and creative. So like just coming in, and I had it just on play yesterday. What I do, Kanisha, this is a tip. Everybody pay attention. This is a tip. I know Luis, Camera Junkie, does this too. I'll come into my music when I'm working and cleaning the office or, working on my hair products. I would just have it playing on in the back instead of my Negro spirituals. And the reason why is that I can hear it without paying attention. And then if something catches my groove, like while I'm over there dusting the TV and like I turn the neck back, immediately start that song. I'm going to use that in the video. Sometimes it sparks a video idea. Sometimes it just triggers something in you that's like, oh, this is a cut, right? So that's how I discovered dope music in Epidemic or Artlist or Upbeat or wherever you use, is I'll go in and a lot of times, like in here, if I were to press on Muzak, they'll have like the spotlight, right? So I just come here and press play on the first song. It will just go down the list and play all these bad boys. And then when you hear something dope, you just run over Chia and you hit it with a star, right? So like I already downloaded this song, as you can see by this yellow dot. So I hit it with a star. Then I can go back to doing my work, whatever. It helps me find new tracks. And most people in the Ecamm community will tell you, like, I be finding tracks. I be crate digging, but that might come from my experience as a DJ, right? So I just come here and play. And I feel like it was time to switch it up. So I'm going to keep using Epidemic. Luckily, I'm in the position It's not luck. I worked my butt off, but I'm in a position to have both, so I got Artlist too. So there you go. Super simple. I just think it just shave off one hair, you'll save money on hair products. The hair products jokes was because Kanisha be making that. That was all. This health and beauty space is big. Oh, girl, I know you paying attention to all kind of things, but we got live selling training coming up, and it's going to be perfect for what you're doing with your products. Anyway, people, speaking about cool stuff with Ecamm, just make sure you're paying attention to what's going on. We got a lot of stuff popping. We have present for you coming up in the next couple of weeks. That's all I'm going to say about that. We got brand new beta. The new beta rocks Amazon comments. So if you're like me and you like to play around in the old Amazon Live, I was doing a demo yesterday. I'm going to redo another demo today because we went in and Glenn added some more changes to what I was doing yesterday. So I'll be doing another Amazon live stream probably after I go get some coffee in the face. And then I'll be on there today messing around, testing it out. But yeah, Ecamm Live 4.0 beta, the latest one. Don't tell nobody I said this. The latest beta that's on there right now is pretty much close to what you're going to see when the real deal drops. Just saying. I can't tell you exactly because then I get in trouble, but it's coming. So just be ready. Be ready. I will make sure I ping you personally. I'll go, hey, girl, we finna do this. So I will ping you personally because I don't want you to miss it because I know it will help you in what you do. You know what I'm saying? All right, family. That has been another good stream. And, yeah, that's it. That's it. We'll see y'all coming soon. Coming soon. Go get the beta. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I told myself to change that picture and I forgot.
But the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. This is a jam. But the Ecamm fam. It's a jam, but the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.